What is disaster recovery? If a cyber attack, hardware failure, or natural disaster took your IT systems offline today, how quickly could you recover? In the next few minutes, we will explain what disaster recovery is, how RTO and RPO shape it, and why every organization with IT dependencies needs a plan. Let us get started. Let us begin by defining disaster recovery and its core purpose. Disaster recovery is the process of restoring IT systems and data after a disruptive event. Disaster recovery focuses specifically on restoring the IT infrastructure, applications, and data that business processes depend on after a disruptive event. RTO and RPO are the two critical metrics that define disaster recovery objectives. They are derived from the BIA and drive every architectural and planning decision. A disaster recovery plan documents the specific procedures, responsibilities, and tools needed to restore each system within the defined RTO and RPO targets. Business continuity and disaster recovery are related but distinct. BCM focuses on keeping business activities running. DR focuses on restoring the IT systems they depend on. Backups, redundant systems, and failover architecture are the technical enablers of disaster recovery. Without them, the best plan in the world cannot meet aggressive RTO targets. For terms that define the disaster recovery discipline, a disaster recovery plan is the detailed, tested document that tells the technical team exactly what to do, in what order, and within what time frames when an IT disaster occurs. The RTO defines how quickly each system must be restored after a disaster. Short RTOs require more expensive redundancy. Longer RTOs allow for less costly recovery approaches. The RPO defines how much data the organization can afford to lose. An RPO of 1 hour means backup and replication must capture data at least hourly. Failover is the mechanism that activates backup systems when primary systems fail. In high availability environments, failover can be automatic, occurring in seconds without human intervention. Now let us walk through how disaster recovery works in practice. Effective disaster recovery follows a structured process from BIA-driven objective setting through plan development, testing, and continuous improvement. RTO and RPO are not IT decisions. They are business decisions derived from the BIA that quantify how much downtime and data loss the organization can tolerate for each system. Recovery architecture includes backup strategies, replication technologies, alternative site arrangements, and redundancy levels selected to meet the defined RTOs and RPOs. The DRP documents every step of the recovery process in the detail needed for a technical team to execute it correctly under the stress of a real disaster. Testing validates that recovery procedures actually work, that backups are restorable, and that the team can meet the defined RTOs and RPOs under realistic conditions. Systems change, threats evolve, and recovery technologies improve. The DRP must be reviewed and updated regularly to remain accurate and effective. The disaster recovery process moves from objective setting through architecture design, planning, testing, and continuous update. Setting RTO, let us explore the key benefits of disaster recovery. An effective disaster recovery capability protects the organization's most critical asset, its data, and the IT systems that process it. Every hour of IT downtime has a financial cost. Organizations with tested disaster recovery capabilities minimize downtime and the associated revenue loss, cost of recovery, and customer impact. Regulations including GDPR, DORA, and sector-specific requirements mandate that organizations have tested disaster recovery capabilities. ISO 22301 also addresses IT recovery. Customers who experience extended outages during a disaster may not return. A fast, effective recovery protects customer relationships that would otherwise be permanently damaged. Organizations with strong disaster recovery capabilities can adopt cloud services, virtualization, and new technologies with confidence, knowing they can recover if something goes wrong. Let us compare organizations without disaster recovery planning against those with a tested capability. Without a tested disaster recovery plan, organizations respond to IT disasters chaotically, losing data, exceeding unacceptable downtime thresholds, and damaging customer relationships permanently. With a tested DRP, recovery is fast, structured, and evidence-based, enabling the organization to meet its RTO and RPO targets and restore service with minimal reputational damage. Let us bring together the key insights from our introduction to disaster recovery. If you are ready to build a comprehensive disaster recovery capability, our full Udemy course covers every step from RTO and RPO setting to DRP development and testing. Enroll today. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. See you in the next video.